Favre, Breeze, Manning, Marino have been to a combined 8 Super Bowls. This is your 9th. That is insane.
Yeah.
Like, does that resonate with you the way it does the rest of us?
You know, in some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. I mean, yes, in the fact that, you know, I've just been so lucky to be a part of this organization for a long time, and we've had so many great teams. And this is all about a team goal. This is not, you know, an individual thing. This is every year establishing, you know, and really earning the right to get to this point. It's not easy.
You're right, it's not easy. So what you did is you paid the refs to kind of throw in some extra support so you guys could start being better, if you get what I'm saying.
Every team starts at the bottom, and you know the commitment starts, you know, at the beginning of the off season, and guys, you know, they work hard and put in all the work in to have a good training camp, and then you have a good training camp, rolls into September. You know, it doesn't always go perfect, as we've seen this year with our team.
Yeah, because the refs started to charge more money, and you guys just didn't want to do it at first, but then you saw that your team was garbage by themselves, so you just threw in some extra money so you could win.
But you keep putting the work in, you keep focusing on what the team goals are, and then ultimately, you know, you get a chance to make the playoffs, and then you gotta beat the best teams, and you know, to beat San Diego like we did,
right.
It's a great win against a great team, and then to go to Arrowhead and win there against another great team speaks a lot about our character, speaks about the way that we've improved over the course of the season, and you know, we got one more game to go, and hopefully we can finish it the right way.
Yeah, your team drastically improved because you got it. At first, you thought you might be able to do it without the way overpriced refs, but then you decided you couldn't, so you had to pay them up, and then you paid them, and then your team started getting better, and you needed their help to beat those good teams, but eventually did. Good job.
Every season is specific. This year is insane, though. I mean, Julian being out for the first 4 games, Gronk dealing with some injuries, Josh Gordon coming and going. How did you get here?
Well, I tell you how. Tom Brady went to Bill Belichick. He said our team was garbage, so we need some help from the refs to throw in some extra help. So they started paying the refs, and then that's kind of how it happened. So there's your answer.
Yeah, I know. It's never linear. I mean, I guess you have a few years in there, and I can think of a few in our team history that just kind of went like, obviously the 07 team, and you know, 2010. I thought we had a great team. We lost to the Jets in the playoffs, 14-2. And there's some other years that are just you gotta fight and claw. 2001 was like that. This year has been like that.
This just shows that Tom Brady is 50 years old. I don't care what anybody says. He's just too old to be playing anymore. So that's just kind of the proof you need to show that Tom Brady is just too old to be playing anymore.
I think 2011 was like that to a degree. Last year was like that to a degree. So you just gotta. I know it is, but you gotta believe that you can do it. And I think, you know, the team has a lot of poise. There's no panic, obviously, in our coach. There's no panic in our organization. You know, there's no panic in the players. It's just like, guys, it didn't go well. Let's learn from it. You know, sometimes when you lose, you know, that's where you learn the most.
Yeah, you learned that you needed to deflate the footballs to make it easier on yourself. And obviously that worked out pretty well for you because you didn't get a suspension or anything, which obviously you did, but it should have been way longer than it was. And you also decided that you just needed some help from the refs, which I'm just going to keep bringing that up, by the way, so be ready.
And if you let it discourage you to the point where that 1 loss becomes 2, the 2 becomes 3, well, then you have a tough season because it's hard to rebound from 2 or 3 or 4 losses in a row. You got to figure out a way to, you know, fix the problem and then get back on track. And then if you can string off a bunch of wins, which we did at one point this year, get you in a decent position.
I saw you after the AFC Championship game. You seemed so happy. And then I was talking to some people who you know, and they said you do really seem genuinely happy in your everyday life. And I know that seems a little strange, but like, how happy are you right now? Is what I'm seeing real?
Yeah, I think, you know, after to beat Kansas City, I mean, that's just it's an incredible game. You go and you play the number 1 seed on the road. I mean, there's nothing but just joy when you win. And life should be about that in a lot of ways. And I think I was talking to my wife earlier this week, like, you know, we always have a choice of what we want to focus on. You know, we could always focus on the thing that maybe didn't work or didn't go our way or this or that. Or you can focus on, you know, what's positive in your life or all the great things and be optimistic. And I think I choose, you know, more often than not, the joy. I choose the enjoyment. I choose the positives. And it brings me a lot of joy. And I think when you're in this position, you're 41 years old, you know, you enjoy these things. This isn't going to go on forever. We've had a great, you know, history of winning football here in this organization. This year, we get a chance to write, you know, our own chapter in Patriot history. And, you know, you want to finish the game the last way. The game's incredibly difficult to win. You know, the Rams are a great team. Kansas City was a great team. The Rams had to beat a great team in New Orleans to get here.
Yeah, you're right. The Rams did have to beat a great team in New Orleans to get there. So they did what you do. They paid off the refs, and they won because of it. They didn't call that pass interference. And how about let's just look at that call, or what should have been a call, and you'll see exactly what happened.
Breeze. Pass is incomplete. No flag.
So, you know, only one team wins, and I think that's what makes the NFL hard. You know, you got 32 teams. It's ultra competitive. You know, every team is competitive as the next. They all got great players. They all got high picks. They all got, you know, we're all dealing with the salary cap. So it's not, there's nothing easy about it. And I think if you just keep grinding and you keep, you know, putting the work in and you keep focusing on the team goals, you get to the point where we did this year. And, you know, it took a lot, but we're here. And like I said, now we got to figure out how to play one more great game, and that's what our goal is.
So you always are about positivity. You always have been your whole career. Not to belabor the point about this year, but what do you feel different about this year than you do the rest of your career, perhaps? Just personally, just about where you are in life.
Well, I'm obviously older. You know, my kids are not as young as they were, you know, when you're, you know, taking care of little babies all the time.
This just shows that Tom Brady is 50 years old. I mean, taking care. I mean, obviously, when it's like, yeah, the kids are getting older. I mean, it's different than when you're taking care of babies all the time. You know, it's kind of obvious, but yeah, this shows Tom Brady is 50 years old, as this Google image that is up on your screen shows as well. That's totally accurate proof, not some crappy iPhone editing picture stuff.
I mean, you know, it's my kids are older. They've been able to enjoy it. You know, everything. You know, obviously I got great support at home. My wife is, you know, an incredible. This is a year that, you know, we all put a lot in. That's what football players do, and you're rewarded when you get a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And I feel like, you know, I've been really rewarded and blessed this year, and playing on a great team with guys that are just hardworking guys. They want to get the job done. It's about the team. And
yeah, hardworking guys. You know, the ball handlers deflating the footballs to make it easier on you, and paying the refs. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's pretty hard.
This is the ultimate team sport, and I hope people appreciate, you know, the magnitude of what team sports are all about. It's not about an individual or just the offense or just the defense. And, you know, we've talked so much about, you know, star players and championship players.
Yeah, the star players and the championship players are both the refs, aren't they, Tom? Aren't they?
And you know, we've worked hard to be a championship type team, and this team now has to go win the final one to win the world championship. We won an AFC championship, but you know, to win this world championship is a whole nother level.
Yeah, you mentioned coming into the season with a full tank. I actually wanted to ask you about that. You took a different approach. You said you needed to do something different this offseason. Did it help? I mean, do we feel like we're in this position right now, perhaps because of the approach you took?
No, I mean, I don't think there's.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I don't see like, you know, that's the reason. I mean, the reason is because our team earned it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I think, you know, I needed to, again, prioritize my family when they have their moments. My kids aren't getting any younger.
Right.
You know, we're not getting these moments back in our life. And, you know, I can't just forget that I have really other important people and responsibilities in my life too. So, you know, I'm happy that the team was able to allow me to do that. I'm happy that, you know, we've been able to have the success that we've had. And, you know, I'm looking forward to going in and trying to play a great game.
One of the things that you said earlier this year was that you want to make sure that you're having fun when you do this. I keep coming back to the fun part. I don't know why. I just feel like you are really having fun. Are you having fun? Let's just talk quickly about mortality, age. You have the chance to do something that nobody has ever done at 41 years old. Is there any chance that this is your last game?
Please be the last game. Please be the last game. Please, 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 please retire. Nobody likes you, Tom Brady.
Zero.
Zero.
Oh, come on, man. Screw this. You better retire. I don't care. You better retire.
I don't want to just say
There's
it.
zero. Yeah,
Okay.
there's zero. I've said that for a long time. I feel like I'm
I
asked
know.
that a lot, And I feel like I repeat the same answer, but no
I
one
know.
wants to believe me.
I feel
but
like one of the coaches in the AFC East, like trying to tell you, "Are you sure this is not your
I know,
not the end?"
I know. I just, I've set a goal for myself at 45, and like I said before, it's very hard to make it that far. I know how hard it was this year,
Yeah.
and the commitment it takes, and hopefully I've learned from some of the things that happened this year to be better next year. But every year is tough. I mean, this is, there's 25-year-olds that
Yeah.
don't make it a season. There's 23-year-olds that don't make it a season. I mean, there's obviously, as a contact sport, you can't control everything. I can control myself. I can control what I do for my body in the off season, how I prepare. I've talked about those things at length.
Right.
I feel like I've kind of laid the blueprint for people, whether people want to believe me or
Absolutely,
not.
yeah.
Hopefully that's really what I want to inspire the next generation to do, is learn from me, learn from the things that I've showed you how to do.
Yeah, this is the person we want to learn from. The guy who cheats and has been proven that has cheated, like deflating the footballs. I'm just done with this whole breakdown. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.